Hey guys, a few of you sent me this trailer, Armor, the new Sylvester Stallone heist film. So we're going to look at it. We're going to do a little reaction and talk about it. But let's get a little more info about it. So they got a really good article on Collider. It says Sylvester Stallone leads a daring heist in first Armor trailer. Sylvester Stallone is back in action for a tense new thriller, Armor. Here, Stallone is once again embracing a life of crime to play an experienced master thief who puts a plan together to rob an armored truck of its massively valuable contents. Who doesn't love a good heist movie, man? I bet this is going to be good. This is not to be confused with the 2009 action film Armored, which also centers around a group of thieves who are hoping to break into and steal from an armored truck. So that one actually had Matt Dillon and Lawrence Fishburne. That came out about 15 years ago. So like any story, like any movie in Hollywood, it's not always going to be the most original plot, but it doesn't mean it can't be done in a different way and be a lot of fun. And with Sylvester Stallone attached, especially with his star back on top because of Tulsa King, he could be selective on the projects, right? He doesn't have to just take whatever's offered. He can choose whatever he wants or doesn't want to do because he's back on top, which we love to see him back on top, man. Just dominating once again like he did throughout the 80s and 90s. So the movie, we now know what to expect from Armor thanks to a brand new trailer released by Lionsgate, which we're going to watch very shortly. The new footage begins with Stallone and his crew, which also includes Ray Donovan star Dash Mahawk, prepping for their big heist, thinking it will just be another walk in the park after all the other jobs they've done. They're in for a surprise when they learn that the truck they seek is being driven by father and son duo James, played by Jason Patric, and Casey, by Josh Wiggins. The duo find themselves in a life-or-death situation when the truck is flipped over by Stallone's crew on a bridge. With Jason and Casey trapped inside, the robbers say that they'll let James and Casey walk away unharmed if they surrender, but Jason doesn't trust those promises for a single solitary second. That's the problem. You really can't trust a thief, a robber. They're breaking these kind of laws. They get just out you so there's no witnesses, right? We all seen that in the movie Heat with Robert De Niro. The official plot synopsis of Armor reads as follows. Academy Award nominees Sylvester Stallone and Jason Patric star in an action-packed thriller about the lengths one man will go to save what's left of his family and reclaim his own life. James and his son Casey are armored truck drivers tasked with delivering a suspicious package. After a violent ambush on the road, James and Casey are trapped until they discover the value of what they have been carrying and join forces to outgun and outwit their attackers. This article goes on to state what other projects is Sylvester Stallone working on, which I'll cover in a future video. Plus, I'm going to do a deep dive on this book, The Inherent Genius of the Sylvester Stallone, which basically encompasses all the Rambo films. Not Last Blood, but the other 4 films, and talks about how the story arc, if you take it from the beginning of First Blood all the way to Rambo 4, that it's really just one story that follows the hero's journey to a T. So, you know, Stallone is a genius, of course, as a writer, especially with the Rocky films. And he had a huge hand in the Rambo films as well, of course. But anyway, let's look at this trailer together. I'm watching it for the first time.
Murphy's Law is this. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong. At the worst possible time. Careful with the C4.
It's unstable.
Yeah, well, everything's unstable.
Speak for yourself.
I'd kill for some action. The best action is no action.
Dispatch, we are getting robbed and we need backup.
We're being jammed.
Anybody at home? Go! Don't waste time. You come out now, and we'll get you to a hospital.
We open the doors, we're dead.
Be smart. That's not your money.
You didn't do this plan to keep 2 witnesses alive. And if you could blow these doors open, you wouldn't be here negotiating with me.
Bad choice. out of this thing where you're still breathing.
I think it looks really good. I like the production values and everything else. The scale of the film's obviously a lot smaller. Primarily, I'd say 80% probably takes place on that bridge. So it's not really a movie I feel like you need to watch in the theater. Definitely stream it at home. I don't know if they'll have like a physical release, but definitely I think it's worth watching. I'm going to check it out. I'm not going to go to the... Well, I might go to the theater for that actually because I love Stallone movies. So even though it's not like the scale of film that I feel like you have to see in the theater, I just like to see Stallone in the theater in general, which I don't think I've seen since, of course, we had Rambo Last Blood, and then they did that special, director's cut of Rocky IV from I think it was Fandango or something, some special event. I definitely went to the theater for that, obviously. So this, yeah, man, I think it looks pretty good. Driving an armored truck, it's got to be kind of dangerous sometimes. I mean, imagine carrying something, transporting something that you basically just put a big spotlight on and said, hey guys, this is very valuable. Most people don't have the balls to try to rob something like that. Though there's a video on YouTube, real armor truck robbery, that's pretty insane, pretty intense. It's literally like a real movie scene. Yeah, look at this. Okay, heist attempt, armor car crew comes under gunfire on highway. It's insane, man.
They're shooting! They're shooting!
Dude on the right, he's like, I didn't sign up for this, man. That's definitely got to make the workday a little more interesting, right? That's some real legitimate stress on the job, man, compared to what other people complain about at work. That dude on the right, man, he's just like, oh man, what did I sign up for? What did I get into? If you want more content unrelated to action films and martial arts, I did start a new channel called Off Topic with Viking Samurai. So it's in the description of this video. Go ahead and check that out. And I talk about all kinds of random things that I find interesting on the internet or stuff trending in the news.